chips or crisps? Or are these chips and these are crisps? Regardless, none of that matters today, because this rat boy has snuck himself into the pantry and picked up some weird crisps. So brace yourselves, because today we're not only here for a H tries weird crisps video, we're here for a M&S H eats weird crisps video. And on that note, I've got my water here. Let's crack this bad boy open. If there's anything to learn from this channel, it's to stay hydrated, folks. All right, let me just get a... I am recharged and ready. Not only is this good for hydration, it shall be good for washing down any satanic flavorings that plague my mouth from this video. But we're first going to be starting with something that's not particularly weird. It's Marmite tortilla chips. Obviously, depending on where you're from in the world, this might not be weird. If you don't know what Marmite is, it's similar to Aussie's Vegemite, but if you don't know what Vegemite is, then it's like a yeast extract. I don't know how to describe it, really. It looks like sludge just shoved in a pot, but it's nice, in my opinion. I'm one of the people who's on the love Marmite side of things. So realistically, this isn't, or I hope this isn't too bad. I don't think it's going to be bad. I love myself some Marmite, especially when you slather it on some corn. Oh!
Stop it. Get some help.
But alas, that's what it looks like. It's a triangle of, well, Illuminati is now sponsoring this video. Stay the hell away from me. It smells both like wood and Marmite. Not sure what to make of that, but let's give it a crunch. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. But please remember, given the size of this human being, aka Rat Boy, I'm not a huge fan, just a small air conditioning unit. This is a good way to start this video. I'm happy. Why are you still recording? Had to stop myself from eating that because it is actually very nice. I'd recommend Marmite to anyone that likes umami type bang bang strong flavors. Now the next one is, again, perhaps maybe not so weird in terms of what it actually is. It is katsu curry flavored chickpea chips, which is doing me no justice because we're in the UK. I purchased this from Asda. Why does it say chips? It's a crisp. Get a grip of yourselves, UK.
Ooh, you're hard showing off.
Now, just looking at the packaging, can you guys see this fish? It's like spitting at whatever is going on over here. I'm not sure katsu curry is supposed to make you spit out purple, pink goo. But hey, if that's the katsu curry that turns you into a power fish, then I'm now a power fish. I forgot the full after power. So just give it a rest, okay? We'll crack into this bad boy. Hopefully. Oh my... I see now why you must become a power fish. You can't get into the bag. I've opened it now. Potentially Editing H has done Recording H dirty and left some of the struggle in there. But chill out, alright? Don't comment that I'm a weak boy. Stop it. They smell katsu-y, if that's even a word. They do smell like katsu curry, and this is how they look. Very wavy. They look like someone's stepped on the Marmite tortilla that we looked at and just molded it, just like... Yes, potentially the weirdest thing in this video is me. Stop it. I'm now going to, you know, eat it. The initial bite is very strong curry spices, but I'm not particularly picking up the katsu-ness of this, right? And to be honest, as you chew it, the flavor dissipates. I mean, it does taste like someone stomped out the taste and you've tasted it and you're like, where's the taste, person? But I'm not a fan of this, as he puts another one in his mouth. But you have to remember, just a few months ago, I was a bit of a bigger boy. So these type of videos are bad, right? They're dangerous for the potential future H. I'm actually not going to put this in my mouth. I don't really like it, so Mama H can take this. We next head over to the US of A with Jackson's Farm. I think it's Jackson's Farm. No, it's just Jackson's. But you might be thinking this is particularly not that weird. But it is, because avocado oil being used in a crisp is weird to me. And if you haven't figured out the premise of this video yet, it's weird things to me, not you. Because, you know, I'm the weirdest thing to you, probably. These are not. So now these guys, to my knowledge, actually appeared on Dragon's Den or something like that. So if Editing H has anything to say about these lot, he'll shove it in the video for production purposes. Why, yes, Recording H, they did appear on Shark's Tank and not Dragon's Den, you absolute buffoon. But they did ask for $1.25 million for 5% of their company. But only Rohan Oza was the shark remaining after negotiations and secured a $1.25 million deal for 15% equity. It is also reported that as of August 2023, the business currently boasts an annual revenue exceeding $16 million. I also want to extend my condolences to the couple, as their son, Jackson, passed away 3 months before the episode actually aired, which caused them to rebrand their business in 2018, simply calling themselves Jackson's. I think it's also weird to see sweet potato in a crisp form. I know there are sweet potato crisps here and there scattered around the place, not on the floor, because that would be strange. And potentially a case for like national security. Why are there sweet potato chips all over the place? Who knows? It's some advanced form of attack, I guess. But it's specifically Muskego, Wisconsin, I think that is. Or, listen, whatever the WI stands for in terms of states. Let me know in the comments. We'll crack this bad boy open. I do have high hopes for this one, actually, because sour, is it sour? Yeah. Cheddar, sour cream vibes are chef's kiss. Normally. Anyway, give it a smell, because we're smelling all of these crisps, apparently. Can you guys smell that? Huh? No? You can look inside it, though, and you can picture the smell. If only smell-o-vision existed on YouTube, huh? This smells very bad. It does smell, obviously, cheddary, sour creamy, but it's like the cheddar and the sour cream, you know, had a boxing match on Misfits or something. No one cool KSI. I don't want to see that. And they collided and made this.
This is great banter.
And once again, I don't know what's going on in these factories, but they need to chill out with this sort of mutilated crisp they got going on. I shall indulge. Man. No. Now, this might be controversial. Some of you might want to strap me to a moon, send me up into the sky, but I'm not a Bitcoin. There's no to the moon here. All right, chill out. But I find sweet potatoes very hit or miss. A good roasted sweet potato, I can get on board with. But when companies start doing up sweet potato crisps, I'm not a fan, because it's just too sweet. And I know it's in the name, and I know any of my wrestling fans are throwing up the click sign, which to this day, what is this actually? Horns? I don't know, but it's too sweet. This is too sweet. Mixing together the very sweetness of the potato alongside the cheddar, the sour cream also has some sort of a weird sweetness to it. It just doesn't work together. Now, if you put this flavor onto a regular potato chip, perhaps, it would bang. But this does not bang. So, once again, I've wasted potential money here. Next up, we've got the infamous Takis, but this time, kaboom! Boom! Or so that family does online that I've seen on TikTok. And also it's ketchup sriracha flavor, which sriracha, not the biggest spice person out there. The Spice Girls didn't want to let me into their band. But I'm not a big spice person. I'm not sure how this is going to taste. I feel like ketchup as a crisp flavor is just weird. Let me know in the comments. And to be honest, Takis themselves are a bit strange to me, but I'm a big fan of tortilla chips, as we saw in the beginning, but you could chalk that up to being... Oh my, that's red. Like the shape of a Taki. You cannot tell me that is not a joint of some kind, right? I'm not going to put it in my mouth and pretend it's a joint for the sake of potential YouTube higher-ups maybe watching this and saying, hey, slap that rat boy with a block on his video. So, what is this, Takis? That's the most joint-looking Taki I've ever seen in this joint. We now smell it. It smells like a Taki mixed with ketchup. Slap some sriracha on that. Maybe crumble some hashish on that, and that's what you end up with this. I actually have high hopes for this, to be honest. We got the kaboomness. Will I kaboom in my mouth? Goodness, that's a Friday night if I've ever heard one. Oh. Now, obviously, these are very bad for you. The ingredients, I mean, Lord knows what some of this stuff is. For example, I'll read one out. Sunset yellow as some kind of color. What? Sorry, where is the yellow in this, please? I don't know. Do you know? But this tastes amazing. Okay, you got a little bit of the heat from the sriracha. Yes, we're getting... Swallow that saliva. Yes, we're getting food reviewer up in this business. But that is very nice. If you're a fan of ketchup / sriracha and you like Takis, combine them together, you get this joint, bro. They snapped with this one. Like this. Look. They snapped. This is dangerous. It's ironic that they say hot on the side of this, because baby, it's getting hot in here for sure. This was so good. The audacity to taste this nice. I'm gonna strip. That's how hot it is. Mwah. Potentially the only bad thing about those Takis is the fact that I now look like I've massacred some type of red grape. I promise you, no fruits were hurt in the making of this video. Right, so now we're getting a bit weirder. And it's only right that as a plant-based individual, we had some bloody vegetables as crisps. So shout out to Australia, all the Aussies in the comments, Aussie. This was made in Australia. It's green bean crisps, because if you want green greens, you know, I'm not sure who's asking themselves, you know what would hit the spot right now? A green bean in crisp form. Now, I'm not a fan particularly of green beans. I find them very mushy, right? As you can see here, there's no relevance to what I'm talking about right now, but I got it from TK Maxx. If anyone is wondering, TK Maxx, America, TJ Maxx, you find all sorts of like different foodstuffs there and all sorts of cheap clothing, for example, which is not cheap necessarily. It's cheaper than retail is what I meant to say. But let's get into this bad boy, shall we? Look, open up there. Yeah, we love it. I'm not sure what to make of this crisp, by the way. I'm not sure if this is... I'm not sure I'm going to like this, just because I don't really like green beans. But it's weird, and it just... Look, it like stared at me. You know, I'm staring at very questionable Hulk body parts there. Honestly, you expected nothing else than a green bean, right? Give it a smell. It's this is honestly, bro, why I wish there was like smell-o-vision or something, because how can this smell more cheesy than the cheddar sweet potato crisps from earlier on? Honestly, it's caked on. You could sniff a line off of this, man. Look. Oh, look, why is it so white? I'm assuming it's the maltose in this, which I have no idea what it is. But let's get into this, shall we? Oh, I cut. That's not even playing up to the cameras. That is disgusting, all right? If you're a fan of green beans, yeah, sure, you might like this, but I've had green beans before, right? I'm not saying I've never had them. Oh, I hate them. Don't put it on my plate, Mother H. I will not eat it, because I will, right? But why does this taste something else? You take the green bean, you've made it into some kind of, I don't know, Hulk body part, as I mentioned. You slapped some, what is that? What does natural flavor mean in these crisps? Like, in most of these, I didn't really read the ingredients, but it always scares me when these things say natural flavor. Can you see that? Maybe I need to, what natural flavor? Which one? There's many natural things in this world. Did you naturally add a natural flavoring of a natural green bean to these crisps? Disgusting. But if anyone likes green beans, you'll like this. Now, sticking with the same brand, shiitake crisps, gravy flavor. Now, shiitake crisps, not necessarily that weird. I've seen them before. You know the Nerve also. Maybe I'll put a picture of it on the screen. But there's a shiitake crisp that I've tried before that is black truffle flavor or truffle flavor something. Why are you putting a mushroom flavor on a mushroom crisp? Do you like people's taste buds? Or not? Which one is it? But gravy flavor. Sorry, which gravy are we talking about? Because gravy in the UK is probably different to gravy in Australia. Someone who knows the difference between them, let me know. I have bad feelings about this, all right? My stomach right now is starting to churn, all right? Because that horror of a green bean has ruined vegetables for me. How about that? If only I was a child again, you know, I could say, no, Mum, I don't want this. Anyway, the sniff test, huh? Honestly, the bag doesn't... Also, I'm still red from the Takis. I'll stay there. It looks like a battle wound of some kind. Open this, the smell, I'm dreading it, you know. I looked over there at the TV for some reason. It's like, I just want to run away. Can this... Ah! Okay, I got it open, and the smell has already hit me, and I'm scared. But just for the sake of this video, I'll shove my nose in it again. Man, I don't know about this. It does smell gravy-y, but shiitake crisps, in general, a shiitake mushroom, you know, ironically, I find it too mushroomy, right? This is how it looks. If you know what a shiitake mushroom looks like, it's wearing a hat, right? It looks like that character from Mario, what's his name, Mr. Toad or something, and he's been absolutely charred. Let's get into it, shall we? I'm gonna bite this and not all in my mouth. Again, Friday night. Oh goodness, apparently they don't want me to bite this either. It's just my issue with shiitake mushrooms, that it's just too mushy, like too much like mushroom it tastes like, which, yeah, I know, it's a stupid reasoning, right? But it's not bad, the actual flavour. Once you get past the strong hit of a shiitake, the actual gravy flavouring is not bad. So, you know what? I can rock with this if you're in the mood for strong flavours, like an umami heat. It's not heat, but you get what I'm trying to say here, but it's actually quite nice. Next up, the vegetables get more vegetable-y, except this time we've got legumes in the form of tempeh crisps. To my knowledge, tempeh is usually made from fermented soybeans or like soybean curd or something like that. But this one is black beans, black-eyed beans. So it's very strange that they've got tempeh. It's weird because I didn't know tempeh could be made from black-eyed beans or any other bean other than edamame or mamame, mama.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
But this is another crisp. I'm both excited, you could say, but also scared because I'm a big fan of tempeh, right? The actual soybean block, right? You just slap it there, you marinate it maybe. I'm a big fan, okay? Again, not necessarily a big fan, small air conditioning unit, but you get my point. Crack that bad boy open. The sniff test, as we've done every single one, my nose is crying out for help right now. Just why does everything smell bad? Bro, it smells just like someone has left cardboard out in the rain and picked it up, dried it off with a hairdryer, and then said, here you go, cat, use it as a litter box. It stinks, man. I don't understand these healthier crisps. Why they have to stink? Anyway, it's going to look really alien because tempeh in itself kind of looks alien. Look at that. What is this? It looks like someone's, morphed together sand and I don't know, SpongeBob. It's SpongeBob. Oh, this is SpongeBob when he ends up, above sea level. Goodness gracious. We'll crack into it, but so far, I've had two things that I've actually liked here. So hopefully I like this because I like tempeh, but my stomach is hurting. It's really hot. No, and then you really get that cardboardness at the end. This is horrible. This is horrible. Okay, we're setting a bad example to all the fellow plant-based eaters. This is bad, man. Honestly, I don't have words. Now the next one goes out of date, or the best before date at least, is tomorrow. So who knows how this is going to be tasting. Boom. Subway, eat fresh teriyaki crisps, because apparently we needed that in our lives. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I used to be a bigger boy and I used to eat Subway a lot thinking it was healthier. But when you actually deep it, as we say in the UK, which means think about it, but, deep it, like deep down, it makes sense. When you deep it, it's actually calorific. And despite the word, calorific is not good. It sounds good, right? Woo! Calorific, baby! But no, it's not good. A sandwich comes up to like 600-700, depending on what you put inside it, of course. But this, and I've waited this long in this video to make this joke, because this is potentially, anyway, the second weirdest, but to be honest, the whole order was just messed up. Who knows what the weirdest is? But I've waited to make this joke until now. The reason I've got a hat on is because there's enough grease in here to cover for the amount that's on my head, so I covered it so it makes sense. All right, this is a product of Germany, by the way. It cost me £4 online. Okay, £4 for a bag of crisps, bro. Sniff test incoming. Okay, it does. I'm not really getting I'm not really getting teriyaki vibes from it, but kind of. It's nice. I do like it. And my favorite shape of a crisp, ridge. I said in another video that the knick-knack shape of a crisp is the best, but this is also the best. The two bests, two things coexisting as one. I love me a good ridge cut or crinkle. Crinkle is another one actually, but the sweet potato one from before let me down. So anyway, that's how it looks. You can kind of see the seasoning on it, if you can see it there. Let's taste it, shall we? Now, I've never had teriyaki in an actual Subway, right? The sauce, the chicken, whatever they have. But I'm not sure it's supposed to taste chemically, right? Some of these foods that we've tried in another video as well, they're just too chemically. And this is another chemically bit. This one is really small. Look at that. It's like me. Yeah. Get it? What a weirdo. But you know what? Give me like -5 months or 6 months of like where we are right now. I would eat this whole bag and feel no remorse. Oh, by the way, the Nutri-Score is a C. You can shut the hell up. How is anything about this down the middle? You're good to go. No, this is an E, bro. An E. I'd give it D for taste, but E for the Nutri-Score, or Z. This ain't good for you, stop it. And lastly, the poshest crisp I will probably ever consume in my life. Look at this, it comes in a tin. And we're not talking no Pringle tin. Listen, that's a tin, bro. You know, there's a character called Tintin. I think it's that blonde character. Can't remember where he's from, but it's Savor Smiths. And look at the Wagyu beef and honey mustard. Sorry. Like, when I was a meat eater, I didn't even have the luxury of consuming Wagyu beef because I was too busy being homeless. There's a bummer on the video for you. So this should be very interesting. Genuinely, look at the tin. Can you see that? Flashing on the screen. Crack into this, shall we? Oh my goodness. I'm scared because usually I can't open tins like this. No, don't call me a child. I can open baked beans, for example. Here you go. That's, if you needed to look at that. I'm begging it comes off cleanly. Yeah, was that seductive? You see how I did it without looking? I'm going to sniff it now. Now, it just smells a bit cardboardy. Can you see that? Despite the smell, I do have big hopes for this. They look quite rustic, if that's even a word. It is a word, but in this context, can I use it? I don't know. Looks quite rustic. Looks like whoever was like cutting up the potatoes, I don't know if it was a machine or not. Does it say here if they were cut? Oh, it says eccentrically English snacks with flamboyant flavors. Chill out there. Too many big words, all right? Okay, it smells less like cardboard now out of the packaging. Let's give it a taste because I'm actually really looking forward to this, and I've left it till last because it cost me £9. Okay, yes, that's that's Mama H crying at her son wasting money. That's exactly what this is. So let's give it a taste. Look, don't get me wrong. This is actually nice. However, when we say Wagyu beef, right? To my knowledge, Wagyu is like top of the top beef, right? But this tastes like a roast beef crisp, a regular, degular, schmegular roast beef crisp flavor with some mustard on it. And you've said Wagyu beef. I don't really know what Wagyu beef is supposed to taste like, but this just tastes like a roast beef crisp. So, but the mustard, boy, it packs a punch. I'm standing toe to toe in there, float like a butterfly, sting like a mustard. Woo! If you don't like mustard, no. Now, in the previous video, I did a tier list, but let's be honest here, right? This is the third best. This Marmite tortilla is the second best. Now, the Taki, surprisingly for me, is actually going to be number one. Get in my mouth and never leave me, baby. And genuinely, you could put the rest of them in the bottom tier and I wouldn't be angry. But let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this. I've put myself through some pain here today, honestly. Nothing will be going to waste, however. I will be putting them into jars and stuff. My mum is a big eater of crisps, and to be honest, she eats pretty much a lot of things. She's a vegetarian, but she eats a lot of stuff like this. So shout out, mum. And hopefully you guys enjoy this. I'll see you guys next time for whatever hell else we are going to be trying. Bye. Or should I... Oh my. Or should I say... Goodbye. Boom. If you want to watch the other video, it'll be that side. Or this side, where I tried snacks from around the continents and stuff. It was better than this one, to be honest. So please, don't make me cry. Do it.